Have you ever seen a wedding so chaotic that it seemed like a season finale? Because what happened in Atlanta was not holy matrimony. There was holy mayhem. Tiny was present for more than only SHEKINAH's secret marriage. She forcibly dragged her in front of visitors, photographers, and a confused T. I remained still as though I had just walked into his own funeral. Rumor has it that this was not your usual ceremony. During this secret wedding, SHEKINAH thought she would finally be crowned Mrs. Harris. But when Tiny showed up, Vale exclaimed in a shaky voice, "You stole my husband," and the whole room collapsed into the most chaotic red carpet event Atlanta had ever seen. The guests said that SHEKINAH tried to seem innocent, but Tiny leaned over and grabbed that lace front entirely off. His ex-wife and alleged side lady went all WWE at the altar, and I was just in disbelief. The screams were unforgettable and the video was leaked. So how did we get here? How did a secret marriage turn into a public scandal? And who was genuinely in charge of the hack that led to the internet's overnight collapse? It's hardly a love story, so buckle up. This is a revenge plot gone viral. Atlanta's streets have always been raucous, but not to this degree. It was like hairspray in front of a flame, the tension in the air. A rumor on social media started the rumor that SHEKINAH Joe was planning a secret wedding. A modest, private ceremony that takes place outside of the city, away from censure and inquisitive eyes. But nothing in Atlanta stays a secret for very long. Not when Tiny Harris was involved. Not when it comes to the eye. And certainly not when everything smells like high-end perfume coated in deceit. The turbulent past is now known to all. Tiny and SHEKINAH used to be as close as lashes in a storm. Their brand was built on passion, laughter, and strong beliefs. There was very little calm. SHEKINAH was the source of the chaos. They were torn apart like terrible extensions by the famous "I made you" breakdown, the lives that were betrayed, and the charges that followed. Years later, fans thought it was finished. Fallout was actually more of a teaser. Not even the main movie had started. Let's return to the previous weekend. A little luxurious mansion outside of Atlanta. Candlelight, gentle jazz, and a surprisingly short guest list. Although the public thought it was simply another influencer event, insiders say it was a wedding. Not just any wedding either. SHEKINAH's marriage. To whom? That's where the drama starts. According to a number of anonymous individuals, one of whom claimed to be the hairstylist's cousin, SHEKINAH wasn't marrying a stranger. She allegedly responded, "I do," to a person connected in Tiny's life. Someone you've had your eye on for years. Oh, sweetheart, when we got back to Tiny, it was all over. By the time Tiny arrived, the ceremony had just begun, and the pastor had barely uttered, "Dearly beloved," when the door flew open and she was there in full glam. No security, just rage. She allegedly informed her assistant, "I ain't sending no text. I'm pulling up." The champagne bubbles ceased to fizz, the room froze, and SHEKINAH seemed to have seen a ghost. Or worse, a ghost with receipts, according to witnesses. Gossip Spill Vibe was informed by an unidentified visitor. She questioned, "You really thought I wouldn't find out?" Everyone stopped talking. When Tiny attempted to play Switzerland by standing in the front, she didn't trust Ty, who sources claim was invited as a mentor. That's now breaking the internet. "On camera, you stole my husband," she said as she went straight up the aisle, her heels clicking like gunshots. At the very least, let me check the wig's durability. And then chaos. Multiple phones caught what happened next. In one clip, you can see SHEKINAH backing up near the altar, pleading, "Tiny, refrain from doing this here." SHEKINAH was left with her vows in one hand and her dignity in the other as the DJ froze. The preacher departed, Ty's expression priceless, halfway between horror and me, and the wig fell off clean. Raising her hand, Tiny grabs a fistful of lace and shreds. Yells, gasps, and flashes like a set in a movie. This is the point at when chaos ensues. The video, which was shot from 3 different perspectives, vertical, wide, and security camera style, came online in a matter of hours. Do you understand what that means? Someone planned this leak and wanted everyone to see it. It wasn't an accident. With headlines like "Tiny exposes SHEKINAH Atlanta wig massacre" and "Ty in shock at secret wedding showdown," bloggers grabbed on it immediately. Some said Tiny had pre-recorded the footage, while others swore it was all part of an unsuccessful reality TV pilot. Fans, however, didn't accept the show's justification. One fan said, "She didn't come for clout. Tiny wasn't pretending. Her hands and voice were shaking, and this was real. When they witness unadulterated suffering, they recognize it." She wanted to find closure. "The way I looked like he wanted to evaporate," someone else said. It doesn't follow a script. Meanwhile, SHEKINAH tried to laugh it off in real time. "Ain't nobody snatched nothing," she said while sporting a beautiful pink bonnet. But viewers could see the lace scars on her forehead and her shaking hands. However, things grew darker behind the scenes. An entire group chat among SHEKINAH's bridesmaids was purportedly leaked by a so-called insider who ran away in the midst of the chaos. According to one commentator, "You can't lie when your edges already told the truth." They talk about having phones ready in case Tiny shows up, suggesting that they were aware of the possibility. There was even a text that said, "If she comes, let her." Everything was turned upside down when she realized who had truly won that line, since it now became clear that this was a setup rather than just a tale of betrayal. It's possible that Tiny's entrance into the ceremony was a trap rather than an attack. You know, rumors have it that SHEKINAH informed Ted Y of the event weeks in advance, suggesting that she was getting ready for a symbolic union. In his usual polite way, I wished her peace. But Peace seldom ever wears the beige suit and diamond cufflinks he wore when he and Tiny repeated their vows years ago. Fans started forming relationships at that point that nobody wanted to. Just before Tiny grabbed the wig, a freeze frame of the released clip shows a gold bracelet with letters carved on it glinting on SHEKINAH's hand. Zoomed-in images appeared to show a T and an H. It was assumed by viewers to be a representation of Tiny's full name, Tamika Harris. If so, SHEKINAH either bought the ring used or was wearing Tiny's old ring. Imagine yourself now as a little person attending a wedding in your city, where your ex-best buddy is presenting your husband with the vows while wearing your ring. That's not drama, that's psychological warfare using DJ playlists. After the video was released, the mansion's owner spoke anonymously with a local blogger in Atlanta. "We rent this space for private events, but this one was unusual. There were cameras everywhere, NDAs on the caterers, and one guest asked if we had Wi-Fi strong enough for a live stream." A live stream of a secret wedding? You see the pattern? This wasn't a mistake. This was an event planned to leak. Tiny's PR team tried to control the situation by releasing a statement claiming Mrs. Harris was attending an event she thought was a business collaboration. But fans didn't believe it and called her the real queen of composure. Meanwhile, SHEKINAH doubled down and posted a mysterious message on Instagram. By this point, the story had spread to TikTok edits, reaction videos, and even parody skits. People were reenacting the wig snatch moment with captions like, "Tiny said bows." No. Tiny replied, "Vengeance." The timestamps didn't match guest uploads. The lighting angles looked professional, and everyone secretly wondered how that footage got out so quickly. At that point, a tech blogger intervened, claiming the clips were uploaded from an official camera, which raises the biggest question to date. The moment Tiny's hand touched that wig, Atlanta history was made. Within hours, social media was dominated by hashtags like John Wedding Wig War, Tiny versus SHEKINAH, and Hain Tian Shock. Everyone wanted to know who recorded what, who leaked the footage, and who was responsible for the chaos because, let's face it, this wasn't just a random meltdown. Is Blow Up really a part of something much bigger? Could it be a show, a documentary, or a plot to ruin someone's reputation before they could repair it? By sunrise, blogs had slowed down the footage frame by frame, showing the preacher gone, guests hiding behind floral arrangements, and an eye in the background, mouth slightly open, frozen like someone watching their entire life collapse in 4K. However, one detail stood out: 2 men in black suits standing close to the exit with earpieces, which industry sources claimed were production handlers hired to manage the scene. At 10:00, an insider, allegedly a lighting tech, told Gossip Spill Vibe that professional cameras were hidden among the roses. SHEKINAH went live the next morning screaming, shouting, pleading, and dragging everyone who said she was the bad guy. "Y'all think I invited that lady?" she yelled. "I informed security. Keep her out." They claimed she brought tea. "I was unaware that she had left." Her voice broke in the middle of her diatribe. "Snatch me like that." She said that Tiny had destroyed her big day. But the internet wasn't sympathetic, with viewers leaving gifts of wigs and phrases like, "should have glued it tighter." But as the memes piled up, the truth started slipping through. SHEKINAH allegedly knew Tiny was coming, according to an anonymous direct message given to several rumor accounts. It said, "She instructed us to have cameras ready so that everyone could see who won if Tiny showed up." That was a strategy, not a sign of fear. So what actually took place? Did SHEKINAH underestimate Tiny's fury or orchestrate the ambush? Tiny, meantime, entirely vanished from social media? No pain became profitable. The investigation's unexpected turn of events came next. An Atlanta Mirror Daily reporter monitored the villa's Wi-Fi data. The gadget that uploaded the first wedding video was owned by T.I.'s company, Grand Hustle Media LLC. It was his equipment, his password, and his IP. The paper included screenshots. In a statement issued within hours, T.I.'s legal team referred to it as fake data, but the metadata was accurate. Now the narrative took a new turn. Ty, not Shekinah or Tiny, was the driving force. His music is stagnating and his reputation is deteriorating. Therefore, a scandal-based movie might help him regain notoriety. A redemptive arc is concealed by dysfunction, but the pandemonium soon become too real. Industry sources claim that before the uncut film was ever released to the public, streaming firms were bidding on it. One executive allegedly said, "If Zeus Network doesn't buy it, Netflix might." By the end of the week, the Atlanta Police Department confirmed that the venue owner had filed multiple reports alleging assault and property damage because tragedy sells more quickly than skill in today's celebrity economy. No arrests, only comments. But legal experts warned that Tiny would face a civil lawsuit if Shekinah brought charges. She didn't. Instead of suing for assault, she sued for emotional distress and defamation. Her lawyer's press appearance swiftly turned into a meme. Miss Jo's hairline is improving physically, but not emotionally. Reporters almost started giggling because of how serious the tone sounded. The claim sought damages of $500,000. In the meantime, T.I. disappeared from view. Rumor had it that he was changing his name in Miami. In an effort to elevate the endeavor, some said he was editing the video himself. A producer shared an alleged email from him. Profit from suffering. They will hate it before they see it. The internet's vicious reaction. And cancel took the place of Bach Pray Fortune. Did I stay overnight? Past scandals resurfaced. They reprinted every questionable moment from his earlier interviews. He had wanted attention. It wasn't the kind that sets up stadium tours, but he understood. But there were still questions. Who invited Tiny? Who left the tip for her? A new leak corrected it. Ty's speech was recorded by security cameras from the villa's back gate minutes before the collision. "Let her in, please. She ought to be here." It was present. Proof that Tiny hadn't broken in. The explosion that followed was expected, perhaps even practiced because she had been allowed inside. The fans were sick. One tweet summed it up. He took advantage of two women's emotions. Atlanta is owed reparations. Meanwhile, during a sit-down interview, Tiny finally raised her voice. Despite the tears, she remained composed. "I thought I was walking into closure," she said. "Love ain't the problem," she said, pausing when the interviewer asked if she still loved Ty. "I didn't know I was walking onto a set." "It's the camera that never turns off," went viral. It was snipped, remixed, and printed on hoodies. The phrase, "the camera that never turns off," became the watchword for every new gossip video that looked into celebrity exploitation because it was so unsettling. But the final blow was given by Shekinah herself. A week later, she shared a never-before-seen behind-the-scenes video from her phone. The comment section turned into a virtual battlefield as T adjusted his microphone and grinned, adding, "This gone break the internet." Tiny's supporters' hearts are overflowing. The caption read, "It did, but it broke me first." Shekinah's supporters are advocating for her pain. Ty never apologized despite everyone's expectations. Behind the curtain, lawyers kept tightening their grip. The owner of the villa filed a lawsuit against all three of them for illegal filming and property damage. The pastor left his church when a video of him fleeing during a ceremony went viral with remixes of trap music. No one got away with it in the end. The caterer even shared an open TikTok with the caption, "I was there when the wig flew." Tiny gained sympathy but lost privacy. Shekinah gained empathy but lost credibility. And he got attention, which was exactly what he had wanted, but in the most poisonous way possible. His documentary series was secretly discontinued by streaming services 3 months later. Sponsors never returned. Nevertheless, the film persisted in spreading, being reposted, and duplicated, capturing that chaotic moment when everything fell apart. And that's the brutal truth about viral culture. Once it hits the chronology, your pain is no longer your own. It's still unclear who the real victim is. Some claim that Tiny was deceived twice by friendship and loyalty. According to some, Shekinah was forced to perform a humiliating act. Some, cynical as ever, assert that all three knew exactly what they were doing. One thing, though, is universally acknowledged. The wig. Poor thing. The wig turned into a legend. displayed in memes, souvenirs, and Halloween costumes. Proof that in 2025, popularity is not based on talent. It is based on trauma. They said they wanted reality. Well, they got it. Just not the ending they planned. And maybe that's the saddest part. Because underneath all the filters, lights, and viral edits, 3 people who once called each other family turned their pain into programming. And the world watched, laughing, judging, sharing, while they destroyed themselves frame by frame. When asked if she would ever forgive T, Tiny quietly said forgiveness is free, but peace costs everything. When the journalist asked if she would work with SHEKINAH again, she smiled and said, only if the wig budget is bigger. Grainy video of Tiny and SHEKINAH exiting the same Atlanta eatery was released by TMZ 2 nights later. There was silence, no cameras, no shouting. Perhaps closure, perhaps a new season. And somewhere, perhaps seen from a distance, T grinned once more because smoke sells even when the fire is extinguished. In this metropolis, treachery is the start of the next big story rather than its conclusion. This was Gossip Spill vibe, where Atlanta's jaw was still on the ground and speculations had fizzled out. What do you suppose took place? The true tragedy is that you can't tell if these folks are mending or hustling, forgiving or finessing, breaking down or breaking records. Every heartbreak becomes a highlight reel when love transforms into content. We'll never know who is lying, who is acting, or who is simply caught in the edit. Some say SHEKINAH planned her retribution, while others say T sold his own demise to remain relevant. What are your thoughts? Who do you trust? Above all, who released Scene 3? Every secret is finally revealed, whispers are accompanied by receipts, and heartbreaks are accompanied by headlines. This narrative won't end until someone confesses, so if you're addicted to the drama, hit the like button, subscribe, and enable notifications. Subscribe and enable notifications.